News First, Newsline with Faraz Shauketaly.
Hello, very good morning to you. This is Newsline, live as always from the Newsfirst studios in Dawson Street in Colombo. And we have a slight small announcement to make to you. And that is that about 3.5 years after we first started Newsline is going to be trying out a new time. Newsline Prime will be on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. on TV1. So we're live at 8 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, live at 8 p.m. Do join us then. We promise you the same level of entertainment as always, and seriousness, of course. And this morning, to discuss the electing of an honest man as Prime Minister, we have with us Mr. Malinda Seniviratne and Mr. Azath Salley, fresh from a trip to Europe. We'll find out all about that this morning. Gentlemen, very good morning.
That is him.
Yes, right. Not you. You didn't go abroad. You've been in Europe, Azath Salley.
Yeah, Faraz.
Have you been stirring up trouble?
No, I had to go to Geneva and then to UK to pick my son.
Geneva, why there? Have you got a numbered bank account?
Just go there.
Just for the fresh air or the numbered bank account?
Fresh air.
No numbered bank
No.
account? All right.
You thought I'm in the government to take money like that?
Well, I don't know.
It's not only those who are in the
See,
government.
this is a government that can't even bring the monies that are already taken out.
Indeed.
When you are given them proof and documents,
yeah.
this government is also hand in glove with the criminals.
They seem to be, because we had a list it was a list.
Yeah.
We don't know what the list was,
Exactly.
right? But in that list, apparently now I'm told that that list is a list of all the non-performing loans from the People's Bank. But that's another story for another day. We'll take that later on. But I wanted to say to you, the President is calling for the electing of an honest man as Prime Minister. Malinda Seniviratne, what does that denote to you? Azath Salley, what does that denote to you?
Actually, as I saw this news today,
Yeah.
I was wondering what was the President trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, is he trying to say that I want a new Prime Minister who will be honest and the incumbent Prime Minister is not honest? This is the indication that has been given to me. I mean, this newspaper, the Island newspaper,
Yeah.
the story says...
What does that conjure in your mind?
I mean, that is the question that pops out the moment you see that.
Yeah.
President calls for electing an honest man as PM,
Yeah.
which implies that the incumbent is not honest and that he wants some... Well, we can talk about honesty and dishonesty across the board if we like, but...
Could it not mean that the President wants you to elect somebody similar to Mr. Wickramasinghe as an honest Prime Minister?
If you stretch it, you could go there.
If you stretch it.
Yeah, but then at the same time, remember that he has President Maithripala Sirisena has also said
Yeah.
that the UNP and the SLPP should not overestimate their power, and that you
Both cannot form a government without the
SLFP.
That's a
and
very clear
That is the brutal
Indication.
fact, isn't it, though?
No, that is, we're talking about right now, yes,
Yeah.
but then things can change in an election, things can change when a presidential
But why do you
election.
think, Azath Salley, that the Prime Minister may be implying,
President.
the President may be implying that the Prime Minister isn't honest?
That is why he wanted his removal earlier, no?
Right.
That did not happen.
But did he want that? Do
Yeah,
you know that for a fact, that he wanted him removed?
I mean, that was the news, no? He insisted that with the bond commission, that the Prime Minister must step down.
Yeah.
That was the arrangement that was there, and they were all fighting out. Finally, it came to a area where they had to say, okay, for this moment, let him go on, and then we will see. I mean, this is the situation. And now,
But
the
we will
Prime
see
Minister
what?
has come out very openly that still 2030 is going to be the leader of the UNP and the Prime Minister. Right? So 2030, a man at 69, in 2030, what will be his age?
81.
So 81. So he wants to be a nice Jayawardhana then.
No, what surprised me
Yeah.
about that statement which he made at the UNP
Convention.
72nd convention
Yeah.
was that there was no objection from within the UNP.
Yes, why are they like lambs, silent
I think
lambs?
two reasons. One is if they know about the UNP constitution, it's very much in favor of the leader.
Leader.
That's
Yeah.
what he has done.
Yeah.
And,
And the
second,
members in
it
the
is-
working committee
Yeah.
are all his catchers.
so
Right.
it's very feudal also. It's
Were
very
you,
feudal.
when you were in the working committee, were you one of his catchers?
No, no, that is why I was thrown out.
Oh, I see. Okay.
See,
So you were thrown
see,
out.
what did we say
you-
and
you-
where did we say it? This
Yeah.
is what matters for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
We must talk at the right time.
Yeah,
When I was in the UNP working committee,
yeah.
that was the time they were trying to bring in Fonseca.
Oh, yeah.
Not for the liking of Fonseca,
Yeah.
but that Ranil Wickremesinghe cannot face Mahinda Rajapaksa at that moment after winning the war.
Right.
Right? So he knows that this election is Mahinda's election. So he wanted to take a step backward. For the first time in UNP's history, they brought an outsider as a
Candidate.
presidential candidate.
So they took this out-processing
and
business
at
to
that
a new
moment-
limit.
Outsourcing.
Outsourcing.
Yeah,
They
outsourced it.
Yeah.
And at that moment that I got up and said, UNP is a party, whoever the leader was,
Yeah.
he is the person who will contest.
Yeah.
This is the tradition of the UNP.
Yeah.
Never outside a board.
Yeah.
You as leader of the UNP,
Yeah.
please contest. If you can't contest,
Yeah.
please allow Sajith Premadasa to take over or SP Disanaga at that time, because he was the national organizer of the UNP that time. These two are ready to contest.
Yeah.
At that time he says, no, we have made a decision. I said, if you have made the decision,
Yeah.
why it comes to the working committee? It is unanimous. How can it be unanimous? I am opposing.
Yeah.
And then at that moment I said I want a vote, and I voted against Johnston, Indiga. Three of us voted. Before we came home, we have a letter that I don't need your services any longer.
So the Prime
is the
Minister
UNP.
can the Prime Minister can act swiftly when he wants to.
Exactly.
So
that
if
is the
he-
power that is given to the leader in the UNP.
That's
But
the
as-
power that he has arrogated upon himself.
So he could have acted proactively like this in the case of Arjuna Mahindan if he wanted. That's my
Exactly.
point.
But
Exactly.
within the party is one thing, but that the Arjuna Mahindra's case, we should not confuse those two things.
No.
Within the party,
But I'm trying to talk to
Talk about his mindset.
his mindset, whether he's firm and whether he has a backbone and whether he can do things swiftly when he wants to.
yeah, as long as it serves his political and self-interest,
Right.
whether that may be good or bad for the country and for the party, that's a different matter. But apparently, what is apparent from what Azath is saying is that he can do what he wants. If he wants to, he will do it. If he
Yeah.
does not want to, he won't.
Ah.
But,
See,
uh,
Faraz,
now
more
there-
than that
there's
on this
a-
central bank.
There's one thing here. A viewer says, taking issue with what I said. I asked you, about the president wanting an honest man as PM, and I said, well, does he want one like the current one? And Malinda says, if you stretch it, you can think like that. But
No, but this, the
but a viewer
story-
says,
story is
but
very,
a
very
vi-
clear.
Yeah, but a viewer says
President calls
he
for
did not
electing
say.
an honest man as PM
Yes,
means
that's right.
the incumbent PM is not honest.
Well,
Is what he's trying to say.
That is what this viewer from Kandy says.
Yeah.
He did not say elect an honest PM like the incumbent.
No, he never said that.
He didn't say that.
He didn't, that's what I
So
mean.
we are right in thinking.
The politicians keep things vague. Very
Deliberately
often.
so.
But my point is this:
Yeah.
a statement that like this
Yeah.
once a week is not going to help anybody.
No.
Right?
What will help?
What action can you take as the president?
Yeah.
What did you do all these years?
But he can't do much, Azath,
So
under the
the-
19th Amendment.
See, now the president comes on public and makes this statement.
Yeah.
How is this implementation going to take place? Is the most important thing. People don't want to listen to talks, no.
But
People want action.
But at the same time, his previous statement about don't think about the next president, who the next president is going to be. Think
He
about
will
who
be
the next.
just a pawn. He won't be able to do anything. After the 19th Amendment, for us,
Yeah.
the president's duties are all curtailed.
Indeed.
I mean, he has no power to do anything at this moment, though he is there and doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
He has no power to do anything. That's what he said. Now, with the 20th Amendment,
Yeah.
what will come is a dissolution of the executive presidency.
If that goes through.
That goes through.
Yeah.
But the same.
But
the
do
now
you, think,
today-
do you think it will ever go through the 20th?
All depends.
It depends.
All
I mean,
depends.
we don't know
If this is sponsored by the UNP, it has to go through.
No, but
Because
then they
all
have to
other
get-
parties are accusing. Sorry,
Yeah.
all other parties are accusing that this JVP resolution on or this the motion on the 20th Amendment is a co-sponsored thing by the UNP. This is the talk of the town today.
But then they have to get 2/3 majority also. So
They can get no.
No, they
How?
don't have it.
How? See now
They've got 105.
UNP, whether you like it or not, it's a UNP government. No.
Right.
You have a very small number of the SLP. If you take the 24 out, then still they have the majority.
No, they have about 60 over 60 with the vote.
Vote
to
to,
right
no.
now.
The vote to a 60 and total will come totally 92. No. The rest are with them. No.
So with 92, you don't get the 2/3.
You don't
majority.
get 2/3.
But the thing is, for us now,
Yes.
when he talks, the 19th Amendment does curtail the powers of the president considerably,
Indeed.
but not absolutely.
Yeah.
But a president who has the support of the parliament
Yeah.
is still very strong if he does.
Yeah.
So how the electoral mathematics will work out in say 2 years down the line, we cannot predict.
Yeah.
But the way things are going, neither the SLFP nor the UNP can claim to be on the rise. They are in decline
Right.
for multiple reasons.
Right.
Although we get some very brave statements from the President and the Prime Minister.
Well, very brave indeed. And as you say that, I'm glancing at the Daily Mirror, and it says there that the Prime Minister says, get ready for PC elections. Kandy is a UNP stronghold, therefore we should not lose it. Really, first of all, you need to actually call the election.
Yes.
But Faisal Mustafa is the master procrastinator. He's got a special degree in procrastination, and he's successfuly 2.5 years postponed.
But we
the
can't blame Pfizer. I mean,
Oh, really?
Pfizer is not. I refuse to believe that Pfizer is acting on his own accord. Pfizer probably consults those who are above him.
Yeah.
And
But who
he
do you
does-
think?
Well,
The
in the
United
case
National
of
Party.
in the case of postponing the local government elections, obviously the president was behind that, and possibly the United National
But
Party, they
even-
didn't want to have the elections. Even the provincial council elections, he votes against his own resolution, right?
Now, Azath, Salley, what's your take on this business? The Prime Minister, do you think, can you be brutally frank, do you think the Prime Minister's delivered what the people expected him to deliver?
Prime Minister is not delivering, but selling.
He's selling.
Selling off. See, as I told you earlier also for us,
Yeah.
now Sri Lanka and Sri Lanka's security is at stake today.
Right.
If you take, you're giving the Hambantota port on a 99 years lease to China,
Yeah.
Plus 99.
plus 99 to China. Then you are talking of a Mattala airport going to be given to the Indian Civil Aviation, where the minister is informing Parliament that we have nothing to do with Sri Lanka and Mattala airport. Right? Then again Nimal Siripala, the minister, says, no, everything is finalized and we are going to sign it.
So who
Then
was
you are
lying?
talking about Trincomalee
Who-
Harbour.
Who was lying, the Indian minister or the Sri Lankan minister?
Sri Lanka minister, no? If not, if there must be somebody who is talking, without that there won't be smoke without fire, no?
Correct.
Right? Something is happening somewhere. But the minister himself says that nothing, we are not going to do anything. But at the same time, don't forget that now Kankan Sadhur is cement.
Yeah.
Right? The cement factory is not going to come back.
Yeah.
Because now the agenda by the TNA is that you can't restart the cement factory in Kankan Sandure.
Because?
Right?
Because why?
Eh,
Because Mr. Sumandaran doesn't like it? Why?
They,
What's his right to say
see,
that?
They don't need to give explanation. When they tell the Prime Minister, don't do it, it is not done. Because that is the agenda that they work on. Right. Now, President ordered all the schools that are being kept by the forces to be handed over back to them within 3 days.
Right.
So, which they have done. Now, where will the army go? Army requested a 50-acre land from Kangasundure, which the President has approved. But what does the Prime Minister's office do? No. Talking, taking decisions are done by the politician and we will do it. The cement was asked only to release the lands. Right? So there is not going to be cement, there is not going to be an army camp there, nothing. So then
It's going
again
to be
you go
in
and,
limbo again.
then again you go and the northern airport also, you want to give it to the Indians. Right?
Palali.
Palali.
Palali. Then Trinco Ab also you give it up. Then the Japanese team comes and arrives, they go to all these places which is already given out.
Yeah.
What are these concerns is my issue. Why are other countries coming and getting into our ports and our borders and saying whom we are giving, why we are giving, what is this?
What does that indicate to you?
First of all, I
Malinda
think the government can make decisions about land and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, officially, whether it is good or bad is a different thing.
Yeah.
But if it compromises national security, then it's a huge problem for all of us.
Yeah.
Right? Army can't
But
just go up in the air.
what do you think? Why Azath Salley is raising important
Question
point
about
the increasing involvement of foreigners in our strategic interests.
Right.
That is the most important point.
Now,
Strategic
therefore,
interest.
what does that indicate to you? Does it indicate weak leadership on the part of the Sri Lankan side? What is that? Is that
Weak leadership or utter lack of imagination about doing things in a different kind of way. We can always negotiate. This is not an equal world. I mean, it's not flat.
Yeah.
There are powers. There are people who are weaker, but there can always be contestation. There can be always negotiation. You badmouth people for a long time, and then you go to them with the begging bowl. They are going to do things according to their terms, not on our terms. But over the years, we have seen, from the United National Party in particular, a kind of a penchant for selling of national assets, right? And we can talk about the non-performing state sector corporations and things, but it's not just that.
Yes.
Land, the harbors, those strategic things. You can't be frivolous with that and call yourself a responsible government. And I think that it is weakness on one side, and again the lack of imagination on the part of these decision makers. As Azath said, I mean, army needs to be somewhere, right? You don't. There's an army camp in my next door at Mattegoda.
Yes.
I can't say you go. Army has the right to be. I mean, the government has the right to place the army somewhere. They can't put them offshore, right? And when there's a request, it's a serious request. You don't just say, just go to hell. We do what we want.
Yeah.
There has to be some discussion and some rational process of
Because
decision making.
33 years after this tragic event, the war, we can't simply ignore what happened, and we can't just expect our army to disappear into thin air, can we?
For us, I think it's a pathetic situation, and I don't know who is going to act on these type of issues. Is a thing to see. President cannot be just talking, but it has to be implemented. Now we are talking. Now we are a government that came to do good governance. But where is the good governance is my issue today, right? Where is the good governance is my issue today. Now what are we trying to do now? See the mess that the Sri Lankan airline is, right? How the Rajapaksa family ruined Sri Lanka after taking it from Emirates. Now what happened? It's worse than that today.
It's even worse now.
Worst.
And this commission of inquiry is, I know it's important to look at that as well, but it's, dare I say it, more important to look at current affairs than
Going to previous things.
affairs.
At
Because
least put
current
the house in
affairs-
order.
Yes, at least current affairs can stop
Exactly.
The rot.
the rot. It can stop the rot. But they're not doing that.
Nothing.
They're still talking about Nishant Wickramasinghe and all his escapades. It's all right. We'd like to hear about that
No,
and do something about it. But no, what about these cancellations, the leases?
That's what I'm saying.
See, I think the
Cancellation
answer-
of the bookings of the 3 flights.
Exactly.
You bloody go and pay 90 million or 99 million rupees back.
Dollars.
And dollars. Cancelling the order.
Yeah.
At least you should have taken that and sold it to some other because there is a wait list. For any flights that you order, there is a wait list.
Yeah.
There are other countries that would have taken it on lease, or they should have paid you $10 million more and bought it from us.
Yeah.
We should have done that, but we didn't do that. We just went and cancelled it. Now, Faraz, I have been speaking to you about these 45,000 checks of the bond commission.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, every week what we hear is Arjuna Aloysius re-remanded. How long?
Why are they shutting him up like that? Are they frightened that he might
this
open his mouth?
Yeah, this is my problem. 45,000 checks have been issued. This is why I wanted a suspense account open and give it a public to say, okay, go and dump all your money. Whoever who has taken checks from these 45,000 checks
Yeah.
as bribes or as the Santosam, go and put it back to that account. Now you are telling the Attorney General, okay, look,
But the money is all spent.
just see how we could cash these assets that we have.
Right.
Right? So, my question is not to cash the asset. These two persons are only involved in the entire bond commission
To get the money back.
who are repeatedly remanded. But what happens to the people who have taken the money? Where is investigation on that? Why don't these people at least have the decency to pay back? Now Fonseca, we saw Sarath Fonseca making a statement that he's going to return 100,000.
Is he?
Right?
Where? To where? To this?
Yeah.
To this? Well, that will be a good
So that will be a
start.
start. So
We can put it into a
I think you
special
all
account.
have to take the initiative to open a suspense account in some bank and get this money coming back.
We'll have to ask Mr. Daniel to start learning to run a bank now.
If
rate.
we have seen the Dubai bank's account
Yeah.
where monies were there. Sri
But then
Lanka.
you have to depend on the goodwill of the takers, right? They have to do it voluntarily.
Well,
Voluntarily.
do you think that they will voluntarily pay it back? They probably now. Sujeeva Singh says that it was for election expenses, and so obviously, by implication, what he means is that those expenses have been settled. So then what? Where is he going to get more money to return now?
No, now it has come to a situation where you are trying to say that these monies have been robbed by somebody.
Right.
What you say, you can't. If it is that, you give that money out to somebody,
Yeah.
and that somebody. Now, if a rogue is caught on the road, and he is taken, he has broken a jewelry shop.
Yeah.
What happens? He is caught, and police says several kilos of gold has gone out from this shop. So, police will attack this fellow and try to place where he has sold these things.
Yeah.
So, they take him right round.
Yeah.
For 10 kilos, they bring 20 kilos back. And the person who bought it also, for us,
Yeah.
mind you, he cannot claim that.
Yes.
The stolen property.
Stolen property.
Yeah.
He will say, I paid money and bought it. But still, you have no right to do that. Police will say, no, we have recovered the lost thing.
Right.
Correct? No? The lost thing will be recovered and put to court. This 10 kilos of gold that was stolen has been caught. Here is the gold. So that person gets it back. So likewise, here, you can't be going and saying that we have spent this for election, we have spent for that, we have spent for this. This is public money if you are going to talk to. So these monies have to come. So open this account and see this money comes and then get these things sorted out. Not allowing the AG.
But knowing Sri Lankan politicians, Azath, as you do, and you too, Malinda, do you think that this is actually, do you think it will happen?
No, I'm disturbed now. There's a story in today's Daily News. Second High Court at bar to be established. Extraordinary Gazette notification issued on Friday.
Now out of three,
right.
one has already started and the second
Right.
one.
Now my question here is that the issue I have is you have commissions, you have new courts, FCID, all these things. You are essentially saying that our judicial system is inadequate. Then maybe in the short term you need to have these kinds of extra, some kind of some institutions to investigate outside that system. But then if you are really serious about good governance and creating a better country, you have to correct the flaws in your system. There is absolutely nothing being done about correcting the judicial the flaws in the judicial system, and this is the focus. And this is news. This
Yes.
becomes news, and then you talk about, as he said, Arjun Aloysius and Palipana re-remanded.
Well,
That is news. I mean, it's like you have
even
a template.
Even a murderer,
Yeah.
within 3 months is out.
So the thing is, it's easy for newspaper, for journalists and newspapers and in the media. You just have a template. FCID, Gotabe goes to FCID. Mahinda goes to FCID. Namal at FCID. This
So all
one
we have
at
to do is change the name.
Change the name.
It's a
So-
fancy dress competition now.
So earlier, I remember someone saying, at the beginning of the FCID, even I have been asked to come to this. Later they are saying, I have been asked to come to this. There's
So
a,
happy.
there's
So
a
they're
big
happy.
difference. And someone said, when I had to go there, I had to stay for 5 hours, some frivolous thing.
We
And-
have the rotten leaders we do because the good men in the country are reluctant to put their heads over the wall. So says one of our viewers.
That is true.
Do you agree?
Uh, well,
We
I-
have the rotten leaders that we do because the good men in the country are reluctant to put their heads over the wall.
with good reason. People who have
They don't want to
lifted-
get shot, do they?
They have
The
been
minute they
shot.
can put their head over the wall, they get shot.
you need some brave men, not only just honest men and women, not just electing an honest man.
Now-
Why
now
not a
you
woman?
see,
We
now
should
see-
talk about that also.
Now you take this judiciary now.
Yeah.
How independent the judiciary is moving towards things today. Now you take going and filing a case against Mohan Piris and Nawaz, as you have mentioned in your brief
Yeah.
the other day, in a magistrate court. Right? Then Supreme Court gives an order to stop the investigation at that point.
Yeah.
The bribery commission, which has loads and loads of work of billions and billions of rupees of fraud that has taken place,
Yeah.
is going behind that case only, an opinion case, going behind that and asking the Supreme Court to
I
set
want-
that off.
I want
So,
to, yes.
what,
go
what,
on.
what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
the judiciary, whether it was the Prime Minister's office, whether it was the President's office, that worked together
Yeah.
to bring this case and forcing the bribery commission to go on with this case, what happens? The Supreme Court says nothing doing and they just dismiss the application.
But
so,
in between all this, Azath, Salley,
Yeah.
because we've come to the end of our time, and just want to remind viewers, Sri Lanka remains an absolutely beautiful place. And I just want to remind you, I'd like to share you this photograph of the wonderful Weligama Bay. Look, look at the sheer raw beauty of this country. And
is it on sale?
Pardon?
Is it on sale?
It's not on sale at all.
Okay.
But if we give it to Ranil Wickramasinghe, it might
No, you
get
can tell
sold.
Malik he'll do it.
And this is Weligama Bay. It's absolutely pristine. And I wish they'd carry on showing it to us because it's absolutely superb. And don't think that it's all doom and gloom because of the likes of people like Azath, Salley, Malinda Seniviratne, and scores of others, and of course Newsfirst. We will work towards getting to the bottom of the truth, and we shall expose the truth, come what may. Honest prime ministers or otherwise, notwithstanding.
Now we are getting honest CJ also.
We'll have
October
to-
time is going.
That's right. We have very serious matters happening there.
But I think that we should
Honest and,
focus on
honest and a
personalities.
straightforward CJ we will want.
We will need that. That's true. And just to remind you all that Newsline Prime tomorrow, it's not in the morning, but it's in the evening, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. on TV1, live on Facebook, live on TV1 on www.tv1.lk, 8 p.m. tomorrow. And we've got an absolutely sensational start to that new time, the new slot.
So that's half an hour again.
It's half an hour. It's half an hour of the best, where we bring you the truth and accountability and responsibility. So, Azath Salley, you won't get late the next time. Malinda Seniviratne, Azath Salley, many thanks indeed. That's the way it was on Newsline. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Take care. God bless.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shauketaly.